Yeah.
Trump picks Dr. Oz to run Medicare and Medicaid. Linda McMahon for education. Lutnick for commerce. President-elect Donald Trump on Tuesday tapped billionaire professional wrestling mogul Linda McMahon to be Secretary of Education Department, tasked with overseeing the agency Trump has promised to dismantle. He also selected Dr. Mehmet Oz, a former television talk show host and heart surgeon, to the head of the agency that oversees health insurance programs for millions of older, poor, and disabled Americans, and named Wall Street executive Howard Lutnick to lead the Commerce Department. McMahon led the Small Business Administration during Trump's initial term for 2017 and 2019, and twice ran unsuccessfully as a Republican for U.S. Senate in Connecticut. McMahon served on Connecticut's Board of Education for a year starting in 2009 and has spent years on the Board of Trustees for Sacred Heart University in Connecticut. She's seen as a relative unknown in education circles, though she expressed support for charter schools and school choice.
I like the school choice because there's parents in jail right now, black parents mostly, are only that they wanted kids to go to a better school and they locked them up for that.
No, I know, absolutely.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Let's we gotta look at all these people individually, like they just talked. We just talked about, man. This woman has that's crazy because I said this woman. That's one thing. Let's kick that back.
No, sir. We don't have to be politically correct anymore. No, that's over. We ain't got to be politically correct for nothing no more. Them days is over. We back to the 90s style of acting an ass. That woman has no place being in the Secretary of Education.
She has no education background whatsoever. Nothing in her history.
No more. I don't have to be. I know who's president. Donald Trump don't give a fuck what I say, so I don't give a fuck. I love it. Now, hopefully, they can air Married with Children on TV again. No, ma'am.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, this it's crazy because you look at all her history. It's like this person. I mean, if I'm in support of charter schools and things for rich kids, where do you think I'm gonna try to kick the money to now? Where do you think I'm gonna try to bring the money? Public schools are done, and which they should not be. Which they should be. What they should be is overhauled. I mean, our education process is crap. Everyone knows that. But they're not going to try and do. They're going to try to kick the money to choice, which goes to rich kids, which goes to people who are actually, who already have better choices in schools than the poorer kids do. They don't care anything about that. Then you look at a person like Dr. Oz. This dude, man, he went from being a television, basically. I mean, he was a heart surgeon too. Don't get me wrong. That's not to downplay who he is and what he has going on. You know what I mean? But then he went into the television world and started becoming a little more weirder and strange.
He used to be on Dr. Phil's show, and he was on Dr. Oz. Then he got his own show. And then he's kind of went off the rails a little bit. But some of the COVID stuff, you know what? Let's see what he does. Let's give him all a chance. Because there's nothing that we can do or say or complain that's going to stop any of this.
Just to me, I feel like, man, when you start putting this guy, he's head of the Medicare and Medicaid, which is millions of older and poor people. Basically, this is their way of getting medicine. These people are already talking about cutting these programs.
Remember, the Republicans wanted to kill the old people back during the COVID. They're like, some old people need to go so we can take some burdens off the government. They said it.
I mean,
Google it, motherfuckers.
And like when you look at this other guy, Howard Lutnick, I have no idea about him. I don't know much about him. You know what I mean? Well, I guess we'll have to see, but I'm not seeing where he's putting people who are strong in these positions at all. That's what concerns me the most. There's no strength in the position. There's no ideas. There's no one bringing anything new. You know what I mean? These people are pretty much people who've like been his supporters for quite a while. And he's just like, hey, let's just pick them and drop these guys in these positions.
Loyalists. That's all it is. He wants loyalists around him, as he should do. That's what, and that's why it shows the weakness of the Democrats. They keep wanting to follow the rules and go through the proper channels. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, how I'm going to do it. All you're going to do is sit back, point, and complain because you're weak. Joe Biden is weak. Kamala Harris is weak. The Democrats in the House and all that are weak. All of them are weak. Because if you weren't weak, you would have locked all these people up. And he's about to let all these people out from January 6th. If you weren't weak, you would have locked up all the people trying to overthrow the government. You don't wait till an election year to try to make it political. You did what you did. The Democratic people failed you.
Let's